What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And with this video, we are going to be jumping into Black Cat issue number 8. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with Black Cat, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on in this line. Now, we've seen a lot happen with Black Cat since this line began. From essentially becoming Sorceress Supreme to becoming immortal, we have seen her really go through some crazy stuff. And I'm not gonna lie, before I started this line, I wasn't a huge Black Cat fan. And every issue I go into it reading, thinking, how can you do another heist as big as the last one you did? How can you make it bigger? How can you make it better? How can you make it original? And every single time, to include this issue, they knock it out of the park, at least in my opinion. Now, Black Cat is kind of tying in to the Infinity event that's going on, and I know that's something that we really haven't been covering, but we'll talk a little bit about that inside of this issue. So with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 8, Felicia is on a new mission because she has been hired to gather all of the Infinity Stones. But what she doesn't know, at these Infinity Stones are now people. You now have stone bearers. And being 2 months since the death of Black Fox, her taking it extremely hard, she needs some kind of gig. She needed something to get her mind off of all of this going on. And now she just landed the biggest score of her lifetime. One of the biggest jobs of her career. And she only has one shot at this. And with her team in place, on a random rooftop in the middle of the city, a warehouse that seems to have no significance whatsoever, it appears somebody is hiding a big secret here, shutting off the entire power grid for a good couple square miles. She hits the detonator and these explosive charges go off, creating a giant rectangle shape in the ceiling of this warehouse. And as Black Cat makes her way down into this place, she runs into a giant shipping container that appears to have nuclear waste symbols all over it, trying to signify that it is dangerous. But she knows the game of secrecy. If you really want to hide something, you have to hide it to where people don't want to touch it. And if it has nuclear waste symbols all over it, more than likely people will think twice about going in there. But Black Cat has a mission, has a job to do, and that job is inside of this container. Now, the guy she is stealing from, he's old school. He likes only analog stuff, which is one reason why shutting off the power shut off all the cameras and everything else. And to break into this thing, she has to use an old analog system to break in, which is more or less her specialty, something she is extremely talented in. And as she breaks into this thing, a shotgun goes off, kind of like a last failsafe to protect whatever is inside. Black Cat, realizing that this is probably going to be something that's there's going to be a booby trap, she triggers the booby trap and she goes inside. And as she makes her way inside, seeing that she has finally run into her score, this is when she hears a voice from behind her saying that this place has no honor. Turning around only to find Nick Fury. Nick Fury letting her know that this place is marked as nuclear waste, because that stuff essentially, it will be with us forever. And so how can you convince future generations that may not know English, may not know our language, that this stuff is going to be bad for them, that this stuff is going to kill them, and that they should stay away from it? A saying back in the day to keep people away from certain areas was, this place has no honor. A place that has no significance whatsoever. A place that nobody would ever want to be. But if you tell people that this place is secret, if you tell people that you shouldn't go into this place, human nature always takes its toll. As the saying goes, curiosity killed the cat. But those people are always seeking the satisfaction of knowing they were the one to accomplish it. They were the one to find the secret. Now, with Nick Fury having a gun drawn on her, he thinks he has the upper hand. But this is when she messages Bruno, and a giant magnet comes down and lifts the shipping container into the sky. With it lifting into the sky, it appears that Nick Fury falls out of it. With the helicopter lifting up into the sky, we see Nick Fury chasing close behind. And as everything seems to have the all clear, when it appears that they have made a clean getaway, this is where we see Nick Fury grab onto the shipping container. Grabbing onto the shipping container, bringing up his pistol, and firing away at Black Cat. And so now they're sitting at a standoff inside of this shipping container. Nick Fury believing he has the upper hand yet again, because he's the only one that has bullets. He's the only one that has a gun right now, and at this close quarters, he believes that he could put one right between her eyes. But Black Cat isn't giving up this haul. This is the biggest score she will ever do. And there is no way in hell she is going to let Nick Fury stop her. And so she jumps out from hiding, doing her crazy acrobatics, only to end up getting shot in the leg. But not before she is able to get close punching range of Nick Fury. Wrapping her lasso around his neck, he goes flying outside of the container and falls into the water. Before he falls into the water, he lets her know that she doesn't know what she is. She doesn't know what she actually has. But with Nick Fury splashing into the water, proclaiming that this is not over, we pick up later on at the new hideout. And currently they are working on breaking into whatever is inside of this sealed container. Whatever Nick Fury has been trying to keep hidden away. Now Black Cat knows this isn't the last she's going to see of Nick Fury. S.H.I.E.L.D. may not be around anymore, but Nick Fury is a persistent dude, and he is not going to stop. The only thing is, Felicia isn't going to stop either, because for this job, she would straight up try to punch out Galactus. And so she says, let him come. Let Nick Fury come. Let them all come. Nothing is going to stop us in stealing what we need to steal. And as they open up this, they see what is hidden inside. And hidden inside is the one, the only Star. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. You know, this one was relatively short. It was a quick heist stealing from Nick Fury inside one of his warehouses. And what he is stealing, or what they are stealing, is Star. Now, Star is the current bearer of the Reality Stone. And this is said to make her even more twisted and sick than Thanos. You know, I haven't been following Infinite Destinies myself, but from my understanding, this has made her just stupid OP, and Spider-Man has been working to try to convince her to use the stone for good. But maybe that's why she's locked up. Maybe Spider-Man wasn't able to convince her to do it for good, and Nick Fury thought it better to lock her up. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you are keeping up with Infinite Destinies, let me know what you guys think about that line and how it interacts with this comic. And if you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. And until the next breakdown.